everyone, so today in the shop we have a TS10 Tube Screamer Classic. So let's see what happens when we plug in power. The pedal doesn't turn on at all. Now our client was kind enough to send us a switch with this one. So just to test whether or not the switch is in fact fine, what we can do is just kind of touch the contacts together. So we're going to open it up and try and test it that way.
So in order to troubleshoot this thing, first things first, I'm not going to just do like a signal injection and see where the signal is. I'm not going to do that first. What I'm going to try to do first is look at whether or not we have power. So see where the 9 volts are going to, if they're getting to the op amp, if they're getting to these transistor collector pins. That's what I want to know first. So here, up here is one, over here. So that's where I want to know that 9 volts is getting to. And then I also want to try out, where is this bias? Is this bias getting to where it needs to go? This side of the 4.7 k ohm resistor. Where else we got? R17 over here, R24. So I want to make sure that those are all getting to where they need to go. And once I've confirmed that the power is okay, then we can start to go through the signal. So let's get started with that.
So we tested it by shorting those 2 leads down there for the switch, and well, no go. This thing, as you can see, has got a little bit more problems than just that switch there. Just look at the solder work on that. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to dig up a schematic and see if we can start probing this thing around. If you look at the power supply over here, that's a little dainty too. Look at that. If you look on the side, it looks a little corroded there, huh? Especially underneath. So we're gonna have to take a little bit of a closer look at this one. If you want to take a closer look at what this jack looks like, because that might give you a better picture of what's going on here, that pad is a little disconnected from the trace there. The power pad, the one right there. So when we have our multimeter set up and we have the ground taken from the screw terminal there, and when we take our probe and place them there, we've got 9.4 volts, which is good. However, when we try to look it up there, we get nothing. So that's one problem, is that this trace, connection between this and this trace is broken. So the first thing we're going to do is install a jumper wire between that pin and that pin. Alright, so now that the jumper wire is in, we can now test out this here, and it looks like we are getting 9.4 volts. So we're good there. If we go over here, we're also getting the same thing. So it looks like that's fine. If we look at the 4.5 volt, or half the voltage, so 4.6 or 7, yeah, there it is right there, 4.7 volts. So that's our bias voltage, and that's being generated just fine. So I guess we could see if this thing works now. And what I noticed just now is that the LED is on. So if I just kind of take my tweezers real quick and just kind of short the where this switch is coming from, it looks like we successfully get it to turn on and off. Albeit kind of thing, but that's just because I'm using the tweezers to do it. However, when I try it out with the foot pedal, it does not work. So it seems like the switch is not working, but what I did notice on the inside is that the wires in here are in fact they're taped up and they're redone. So I'm going to redo the wires first, and then I'm going to test it again, and if the wires are still, or if the foot pedal still doesn't work, well, then I'll replace the switch. So I just went ahead and replaced both of those wires, and so here's the new switch. Here's the old one. And so when we press it, it goes on and off and on and off. So looks like it works. Let's test and see if the audio's working.
So as you know, at the end of each one of these episodes, we go through a clipboard and we see who uses the pedal that we fixed today. So today this is the Tube Screamer TS10. The first one on our list here is John Mayer. We could see it in his rig right here in this Premier Guitar rig rundown video, so you can look that up if you would like to. Next one we have is, of course, Stevie Ray Vaughan. Stevie Ray Vaughan used the TS9 for some time, but in 1988 apparently the new TS10 came out and it replaced the TS9 on his pedal board, which Vaughan generally used to generate high gain distortion with both the drive and level controls boosted that wasn't otherwise available from his Dumble and Marshall Major rig. So I actually dug up a 1989 live performance for Stevie Ray Vaughan, and here it is right here in Double Trouble, One Night in Texas, live 1989. So he was most probably using a TS10 in this live performance, so you can look that up if you'd like to hear it. Next we have Gary Moore. Gary Moore is almost basically a virtuoso, and here we can see in this let's see, well, this guitarist YouTube video over here that TS9 is being used and was apparently used in his rig. Here is the Wikipedia page. Next we have Jeff Healy. Jeff Healy is known for playing his guitar in this sort of position here, and down here you can see that he did have a TS9 on his pedal board. Next we have Sophie Giuliani, our YouTube star over here. In the background we can see the TS10, and I brought up a video here, and even in the background over here there's another one right there. So next we have Joseph D'Agostino. He played in the band Cymbals Eat Guitars, and in this here article in 2014 we can see that there is a TS10 on his pedal board in the background there. Next we have Dave Detterer. He played in the band The Presidents of the USA, and here we can see that well, all we have is this infographic here, but apparently he used a TS10. And last but not least we have Chase Bryant with the TS10. Not one, not two, but three Tube Screamers on his rack over here. So these two are 808s, as you can see, and we have a TS10 there. Here is the article that this was referencing over here. This is by Vertex over here, Artist Showcase Chase Bryant. So thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and have a great day.